Hello and welcome everybody to this Heflatv presentation of the joinDOTA League Season 2. This is Zephyr Dota versus Insidious Idol. My name is Coucher and well, I'm actually pretty damn happy that I get to cast this game because this should be a great one. Most people would think that Zephyr Dota has it easy in Division 2 Asia, but that's not the case against all teams, and I think Insidious Idol might be one of them because of course you all might know now that of course Orange disbanded, and the Orange mid lane player, Ysera, he is in Insidious Idol. I'm not sure if it's gonna be permanent or something, but he's playing with Insidious Idol for a couple of games now at least in JDL. So I think they actually might give Zephyr a run for their money, definitely. But looking at the draft, Lycan banned out together with the Doombringer by Insidious Idol, whereas Zephyr Dota, they have taken out the Batrider as well as the Invoker. And now Insidious, what do they go as the first pick? Do they want something like a Treant Protector, or are they more the Mirana type of like team? Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. They start out with the Mirana, but Zephyr, they can still pick up the Shadow Demon for themselves as well if they want to. Like I said, the Treant is available, but then again, so is maybe Dark Seer with the Sand King, for example. Also a just sick combination, or at least the potential of that combination is almost limitless. But actually landing that is a whole different matter altogether. But they are taking some time trying to figure out what to go for, and well, I mean, after the Mirana gets first pick, you're like, oh, should we go for the Shadow Demon ourselves so that they won't get the Shadow Demon Mirana combination? Or I do know that Zephyr, they do run the Shadow Demon quite a lot. Whether they do it without the Mirana, I'm not too sure about that one though. So it's a pickle for them just to decide what to actually go for. What would be the best route for them to go for, but they do pick up the Shadow Demon as the first pick and all the Brewmaster as the secondary one. And well, the Brewmaster, he's definitely risen in popularity. Actually almost to the level that it's almost first ban worthy. At least against certain teams, it certainly is. And you just see that hero picked up on any level of the game, from the best teams in the world to lower tier 2, tier 3 teams as well. But Insidious Idol, they went for a fast second pick, to be honest, and that was the Center Warrunner. So getting some extra lockdown, a decentish setup for the arrow, I guess, once the center gets the Blink Dagger. And well, if they get the Hoof Stomp onto the Brewmaster with the arrow follow-up, then the Shadow Demon, of course, he can be there for the defensive disruptions, but if he's not, then the Brewmaster is likely to die before he actually gets his Primal Split off. And overall, the burst damage is pretty nice one way or another against any damn hero. And the Center Warrunner, even if he doesn't get the super fast Blink Dagger, if he gets just at level 6, already the Stampede will be useful. But Insidious Idol, they've actually done their homework, as they do ban out the Puck, a really elusive hero, can phase shift himself out of the Hoof Stomp, of course, when the center comes in. But not only that, Zephyr actually kind of like to run the Puck, and they run it as either mid lane, or pretty damn often, actually Sexy Bamboo takes it to the off lane as well. So, really nicely targeted ban. And of course, Puck is just an overall annoying hero to play up against, just blinks in, silence, Dream Coil. Oh man, that's just so hard to deal with. But Zephyr, they banned out the Sand King, and now the secondary ban coming out by them, whereas Insidious Idol, they did take out the Treant Protector, so they do not want those towers to get healed back up again, nor do they want their kills to be harder than they should. And that's exactly what the Treant is usually picked for. At the moment though, Zephyr, deciding on their fourth ban, I guess they might take out another support, because well, Insidious Idol, they have 2 cores at the moment. But what do they actually ban out? Is it gonna actually be the Rubik? Stealing, Disruption, it's decent, not the best. Demonic Purge is definitely good, as of course is the Primal Split. And well, Zephyr, they usually want to have some more teamfight for their lineup as well. So it wouldn't have been a bad plan to ban out Rubik, because Rubik just such a stellar support overall. He fits into most lineups. Just decent stun or disable with the telekinesis. Yeah, sure, it doesn't do any damage, but it has a chance to be a great stun, because not only does it disable the guy you lift up, if you throw him back down up on top of other heroes, the other heroes will actually get stunned as well. But Zephyr, they took out the Wraith King instead, which of course is a pain in the ass to deal with if you have the team fight or cooldown oriented lineup. Because the Wraith King of course just comes back with the reincarnation once you try to blow him up once the first time. So that is taken out the Zephyr. They pick up the Dazzle, and well, with the Dazzle, unless the Dazzle himself also gets caught, that almost ensures that the Brewmaster at the very least will get off his Primal Split, because the Dazzle Shallow Grave should buy plenty of time for the Brewmaster to do that, even if he gets caught by the Hoof Stomp Arrow combination. As Insidious Idol, they show their third core straight away. Unless it's going to be a Mirana support of course, but at the moment it looks like Viper mid lane, Center off lane with a Mirana safe lane. I mean, they can go for a jungler for themselves as well still. Or they could easily go for an aggressive tri lane if they really wanted to. And one support actually that is still available for them is an Ancient Apparition. It's pretty decent against the Dazzle of course, negating the heals. The Frost Blast so hard to actually take it into account at all times. Makes ganking easier for the enemy team, especially if they have the Centaur on their lineup as well. But Zephyr now, what will their fourth pick actually be, and are they planning to run the Brewmaster mid lane, off lane, maybe even as a safe lane carry? And if it's mid lane, I mean, Viper should have a pretty decent time against the Brewmaster, I think. Although, once the Brewmaster just gets a few levels going, he will have the Drunken Haze, making Viper miss a lot of his attacks. And of course the Drunken Brawler comes into effect as well. So few early levels, Viper definitely should have the upper hand. But once Brewmaster hits like 4 or so, Viper actually might begin to struggle a little bit. But Zephyr will already down to 30 seconds of their bonus time as they pick up a Death Prophet. So they are really going like cooldown oriented. Once they have the Primal Split as well as the Exorcism up, they can just go and fight, try to get tower after tower. But Insidious Idol, I guess we might see a Mirana support after all, as the Tinker gets picked up for them. And well, you can argue that maybe the Tinker is gonna be jungle and do something crazy like that, but I don't think it's reliable enough. Unless Insidious Idol, they practice it to death or something. So I do think this Mirana is actually gonna be a support in this game. So the last bans, Zephyr, take out the Earthshaker. You know, I guess it's a decent ban. I'm not too sure if I actually would have seen them pick it up, because well, the Earthshaker unfortunately isn't played all that much, but I mean, I guess it's a worthwhile ban if Zephyr actually considered this. And maybe Insidious Idol, they do like to run it. I've only seen them once, I think. And I didn't even cast them, so I saw like half a game from them. So maybe they do have a tendency to go for the Earthshaker. But Insidious Idol now, 5th ban. They have lots of bonus time left, so with only 1 ban and 1 pick left for them, I guess they might as well just wait it out as they ban out the Tidehunter. And I mean, I'm not too sure if how they thought Zephyr is gonna lane this, but I don't think they thought that the Brewmaster is gonna be off lane by the looks of it. And well, I guess they might not be wrong. As ZephyrDOTA, as far as offlaners go, the Darkseer is there possibly, but I think Zephyr maybe wants something who can teamfight a little bit earlier. And of course Tidehunter would have been really good, would have been yet another ultimate that can just blow up your enemies. A pretty tanky frontliner as well. And of course, well, that did get banned out. So ZephyrDOTA, about 30 seconds left to make their decision with the bonus time involved. And within that 30 seconds, ticking down, 20 now of course. Oh, they go for the Morphling, so they actually go for some form of late game now. And are they going aggressive with the Morphling, Dazzle, Shadow Demon, or are they even thinking about a Death Prophet tri-lane with a Morphling mid lane? I guess it might be possible, although I would definitely prefer the Death Prophet to actually be mid lane if it's up against a Tinker. Although Insidious Idol, they might send the Viper mid, they might send the Tinker mid instead. It's completely up to them. Maybe they will try to just scout out the lanes from Zephyr out early, so that they can actually know what hero to put up against where. Centaur versus Brewmaster, if it happens to be a solo versus solo like that. Well, the Centaur should have a decent enough time, just hoof stomping and double edging. But then again, Brewmaster, a pretty damn tanky hero, has the built-in crit from the Drunken Brawler as well as the evasion of course. And well, the Thunderclap is pretty nice for the harass as well as getting the farm at the same time. So that lane could be actually quite interesting. I think it's gonna break out more or less even, with maybe the Brewmaster even actually having a slight advantage there. But Insidious Idol, their last pick about to come now. And well, as they see the Morphling, maybe they want to secure themselves a bit more late game. But I have seen a really late game, like 55 plus minute game with a Morphling versus a Tinker. And the Tinker actually came out on top. Just Ethereal Blade, Dagon 5, rearm, Ethereal Dagon. And well, 25 seconds left for Insidious now. What? Well, they go for the Rubik after all in the end. I mean, stealing the waveform, especially early, it's a lot of mobility for the Rubik, as well as a lot of burst damage. Together with the Fate Bolt, they can just kill off more or less anybody, maybe even before the Dazzle can react with the Shallow Grave. Of course, especially if it's on the Dazzle himself. And combo that up with the Tinker's burst damage, the heat-seeking missiles, as well as the laser. Oh man. They can just do so much. But now, everybody is picking up their heroes. Only one player actually left to pick up his own, being the Shadow Demon. They do pick it up now, and game, as all professional games are, it is immediately paused. And Ysera, well, somebody's on the toilet. Okay then. I guess I'll just take the time to introduce the teams, the players. For Insidious Idol, on the Radiant side, Ysera will play on the Viper, leaving Waddle Waddle on to play the Mirana. Chu should be their captain, or at least he was the one forming the lineup. He is on the Tinker, standing Zethred on the Rubik with a Shagasaurus to play the Centaur Warrunner. As for Zephyr, you probably all know these names, but I'll go over them anyway, with Eosin playing on the Dazzle, Sexy Bamboo to play the Brewmaster, leaving Purge on the support Shadow Demon, with Blitz, well, I can only guess he's gonna go mid lane on the Death Prophet, and of course Cory, their carry, is on the Morphling for this game. And can Cory carry Zephyr hard enough? Can he actually do this? And well, I kind of hope that they are going aggressive trialing with this, because I don't think the Brewmaster would have too good of a time against a Rubik Mirana Viper, Rubik Mirana Tinker, whatever it may be. And what go has been given, at least from Insidious Idol. Zephyr, they are ready as well, and we will get this game number 1 of this 2-game series underway now. As nope, we will not. Dota crashed for Waddle Waddle. Oh man, major bummer. You're breaking my balls. Oh man. So what do they go for? Or what will the lanes be by either of the teams? As I'm hoping for a fast reconnect, of course, from the Mirana. But, well, Zephyr, I do think they're gonna go for an aggressive tri lane. Just Death Prophet mid, Brewmaster safe lane, supposedly up against the Centaur, with the supports, the Rubik and the Mirana, just heavily rotating and stacking up the jungle, so that the Tinker would have a faster Blink Dagger. Not the Blink Dagger, goddamn, Boots of Travels, what am I saying? Of course, he wants to get the Blink Dagger afterwards anyway, but yeah, I was thinking about the Boots of Travels. And well, Ysera, he's probably the mid laner for them. I mean, he used to be one for orange. Maybe they've switched the roles around a little bit. But if Ysera is going to be the mid, then it's going to be Viper mid against the Death Prophet. Should be decent enough for the Viper, as well as Death Prophet should be able to just farm up with his Crypt Swarm, of course. Keep bottle crowing, maybe even get a few runes, because she is faster than the Viper. At least with the Witchcraft leveled up. And well, might be just a Tinker farming up safe lane, as Mirana has reconnected. Are both teams ready to go again? I sure hope they are. As now Dota client itself shows him as reconnected as well. Or well, he should have loaded in properly now. And yeah, go has been given now by Insidious Idol. Go on, Zephyr, they accept. And hopefully no more pauses. They do start, Dazzle of course starts with smoke straight up. And actually, well, both teams buy up at least one smoke, and that's just the standard thing to do. And Chu, he started actually with a Null Talisman. Gives him a slightly easier time on the lane getting the last hits. But he can also use that item later on to transition into a Dagon. And well, a Dagon against a Dazzle as well as a Shadow Demon, you can just blow them up. Dagon, laser, they're dead. I mean, those supports, they're not tanky at the slightest. Just look at the health on Dazzle, 454 HP. That is absolutely nothing. I see Sarah scouting some things out as well, just to make sure there's no funny rotations by Zephyr. Whereas Purge, oh man, he's living on the edge. He's going in alone to get a ward down. He will get it to some point at least. But where is he actually going to place it? Is he going to be placing it on this hill, just completely casual ward, or... I have no idea where he's running at the moment, but he's not placing any wards. Doesn't want to waste them too soon. I mean, if you place them before the creep spawn or the first rune spawns, you might not have vision for long enough later on. Waddle Waddle, try to scout things out. Purge actually plays this observer down as well. It's not likely to get countered because it's pretty far up the dire side themselves. As Sexy Bambo will find this Shagasaurus to himself. And well, Shagasaurus actually, it's a decently fitting name for a centaur, I think. It's not like centaur is a dinosaur by any means, but he's an animal most resemblant of a dinosaur maybe in this game. Although you can maybe argue that Viper is also from the era where dinosaurs or dinosaur-like creatures roamed the earth. But never mind that, as the creeps have hit the lanes now. Everybody has of course started farming up, and Insidious Idol, are they ready to face this tri-lane? And how aggressive do Zephyr actually look to be with this? I mean, with this tri-lane that they have, they need to get the disruption up first. And well, of course the Dazzle does help out with some burst damage with his Shadow Wave on top of that. But you already point into laser, just harassing Corey, getting him the mischance, and... well, I guess if you start being annoying, get them to just chew through the tangos, it's gonna be pretty damn decent. But top lane Shagasaurus already taken a lot of damage from Sexy Bambo. From only one Thunderclap and a few right clicks, he has picked up return early on. Oh, the disruption is there, but they don't have the follow-up stun. The arrow, it's gonna connect on Corey, is it enough? Eosin dropping low as well. Red, of course, doesn't have the Fate Bolt yet now. Morphling, the laser in his face, the Strike Morph activated, the heal from Eosin. He will stay alive for the time being, as Waddle Waddle, he actually went to pick up a regeneration, so that was just a random arrow, but it's off cooldown now. And is he gonna rotate back towards the bottom lane to try to go for a kill again, maybe? Especially as Chu now has a March of the Machines as well for some extra damage. As well as the Zephyr, I mean, yeah, level 1 March of the Machines. Not that scary at all, but if you just stay in them long enough, they're still gonna do considerable amounts of damage. Plus, it's gonna do damage to all of you. So far though, Tinker only 2 last hits, whereas Corey on the Morphling has 5, so this aggressive tri-lane, at least last hit wise, is working out in the Dire's favor. How long? That is the question for them. Whoever gets the first kill on this tri-lane, I think might just have the upper hand completely. And the first lane, oh, another disruption. Do they actually follow up Corey? He has the waveform as well. Actually, they don't get the surround with the illusions, and the Shadow Wave doesn't get the damage as well. A little bit too late, so Chu just escapes rather easily and continues to try and farm up, and emphasis on the word try. Only 3 and 0 so far. Mid lane though, Ysera, he's sitting on 11 and 3 compared to Blitz's 12 and 2. So rather even there. Center 6 and 1 compared to 14 and 8. So Sexy Bambo actually having a lot better time than I thought. So he is completely dominating that top lane at least, and on the center he is getting the levels, so the Stampede will still be useful for their team. It's not a disaster if you don't get the fast blink there. Yeah, sure, it would help a lot if you get it, but if you don't, at least you're getting the levels. And if you send the center offlane, I have to think that they actually thought that Zephyr is gonna go aggressive tri-lane, so they thought, oh, another disruption. Can it work this time around? A nice telekinesis onto Yosin, no Shadow Wave there. Arrow connects on Corey, he's under the tower as well. Oh my god, the Fate Bolt. He has the Shallow Grave though. He is still stand up. The Mars, the Machines, a few more right clicks. Waddle, waddle. Yes, he does get it. It's the first blood. It's divided up, but Yosin now dropping low as well. A few more right clicks. Chu tanks up the tower. There is Soulcatcher up onto the Mirana. Point blank arrow onto Perch. No, he doesn't get it. Oh, he turned around. He didn't go for it. I think it would have been an easy kill with a few right clicks to follow up. So in the end, a 2-for-1 for Insidious Idol. But well, they got the first blood at least. Waddle of course gave his life away, but not that big of a deal in the end, I guess. Another disruption that they want to go. The waveform connects as well. They need the shadow wave. They need a little bit extra. Can they get it, Yarrow? A little bit off target by Waddle as now. Purge. A few right clicks. Come on, one more. You can do this. It's not enough. 6 HP. Are you kidding me? Oh man, he's gonna get chased down. But Corey, he got a double kill as he killed off Chew as well. So the Tinker stood there for too long. Waddle now. He has the arrow coming up. The shadow wave to do some extra damage. And Corey, no mana for the waveform. But Thread, he's coming in now. There's the telekinesis arrow to follow. He's gonna take a spill. Or the shallow grave, it's keeping him alive. Nothing to strength morph into. No more mana. Waddle gets the leap. Their last right clicks. No, the strength morph still activated. The splits Dota. Just picks up a double damage rune and Sexy Bambo. Man fighting his up against Shagasaur. Shagasaur is actually waiting with the Hoofstomp. Does connect nevertheless. And now level 3 double edge. It should be enough to get the kill. But he doesn't go for it. Why? Why didn't he just get the double edge? Gets it from a slightly longer range than maybe usual. Oh man. That chase, so kill score suddenly 4-3. They've opened up almost all of their lanes, mid lane. Not the most action going on as the farm wise. It's pretty even as well. Whew, needed to clear my throat. I've only slept like 3 hours today, so if I'm a little bit off my game, then excusez-moi, but Arrow, it's not gonna find anybody. And Waddle is already down to half HP. Does he really want to run out like this? I guess he does, because Corey, he's not there. He actually had to run all the way home just to reach an up. So even though they didn't get the kill on Morphling this time, they still wasted a lot of his time. He also had to TP back now. So it's not that bad of a trade-off for Insidious. Oh, they want to go aggressive. The Stampede comes out. The Ocean, Telekinesis, arrowed, lasered as well. And Shagasaurus even comes in with the double edge. Going for Purge now. A nice disruption. They actually don't have the follow-up stance, so they wasted it all to get the Dazzle. They should have maybe spread their focus a little bit. Try to go for at least the 2 supports or something, because it's not like the Morphling can try to protect them anyway, anyhow. But they do get the 1 kill, so that's already good enough for them for the time being. As Shagasaurus making his way towards the mid lane now. Blitz activates his double damage as he's hunting for the next rune. But little does he know that Ysera already has it. It was the Invis rune on the top lane. I think the Radiant side pinged out a tower here. Or a ward. They pinged around here. I think it was them. So even if they place down a sentry, they might get it a little bit off target, because this observer is actually pretty decently placed, although, well, if you place a sentry here, it's gonna cover this area anyway. But Shagasaurus has made his way back towards the top lane now with Sexy Bambo. He's of course all the time just kept on farming up. 41 and 13, the actually leader in this game, already has his arcane boost, 600 gold on top of that. Well, 70 minutes in, not too bad, and well, of course, like I said, the highest farmer in the game, even though he died once. Oh, Zephyr. They smoke up with Purge and Yosin, Dazzle and the Shadow Demon. Maybe not the deadliest of combos, especially as they don't have that many levels, but they should get Viper as top lane. Well, sorry for missing that, but Waddle, he rotated in, probably landed an arrow before, after the Hoofstomp came out, maybe even before. But mid lane, oh, they want to kill off Ysera. 3 points into Nether Toxin, not Nether Toxin. The goddamn passive. Oh, the corrosive. There's the disruption coming out. Blitz. He has his ultimate if he wants to. He's just going. Oh, TP out by Viper. It's not in time though. As Waddle, he rotated in as well. It was a really nice thought coming out from Ysera. But the burst damage, thanks to the Soul Catcher, was just a little bit too much. It's level 3 as well. But now mid lane, the Telekinesis arrow with the Hoofstomp double edge. Shagasaurus does get the kill. He's on a dominating streak. 4-0 and 0. 1.3k in the bank. So only 800 gold away from his actual blink with Chew. Farming up the stack jungle with the Tinker. He's level 6, has the Soul Ring, level 3 into Master Machines, and he's 900 gold, 800 gold away from the Boots of Travels. So that's a pretty decent farm rate if he can actually continue like he's going at the moment as Thread. He's back towards the bottom lane, but he doesn't have any mana almost, only has enough for the Telekinesis. He doesn't have Arcane Boots, nor does he have a Magic Stick or anything. So should not be able to get a kill like this, I think. Unless they just run into the Master Machines, which is always a recipe for disaster. But Purge now, oh, he's coming in aggressively. Yosin is coming just to meet up with him top lane though. Shagasaurus wanted to get the Hoofstomp on them. Oh, the TP goes top. Can they get the Viper Strike? No. The Zephyr actually cancels his TP. So 135 gold, just lost the Stinker. Well, they get the kill on Eosin because Eosin, by the looks of it, was just out of position. And it looks like the telekinesis itself alone was enough with Waddle Waddle having the double damage, as well as, of course, a level 3 arrow. So they're going for the arrow kills a lot. A Sexy Bambo now down to 400 HP. He has to be careful. The next double edge actually is going to kill him if he gets hoof stomped as well. But the primal split after the Thunderclap Stampede Center just wants to get the hell out of there. They won't get any kills for it or anything, but neither do they give away a death or give away a kill. As Center maybe gonna try to get the deny on the tower. More TPs coming in. They don't have the glyph. Nice throw up by the in the air, but Sexy Bambo telekinesis up now. Oh man, Center, can you actually catch up? The double edge, it's gonna get the kill. Not even necessary. Or never mind, it was the double edge. For a second it looked like it was the hoof stomp, but just some weird animations as 9-4 now the kill score. Insidious Idol, they're off to a pretty nice start. And well, Boots of Travels, what? Why do they look like this? Oh man, what happened to these Boots of Travels? Oh, they get the disruption, the Soul Catcher, the waveform. Oh my god, Tinker. Just as it was going decently for him, he picks up the boots. He's just dead. The burst damage is too much from the level 4 waveform with the level 3 Soul Catcher. So that's a nice kill. Purge gets it as well. He gets level 6 with that, so has his ultimate, the Demonic Purge, ready as well. Ysera wanted to go for the rune, actually turned around. Maybe thought rotations are coming in, but mid lane Eosin is there as well. I don't actually know whether it's to just protect Blitz or maybe to try to go for some kills on their own. But at the moment Eosin just kind of running around like headless chicken together with Purge. They're actually not accomplishing too much. They just swapped lanes at the moment. Purge ran to mid lane whereas Eosin came to the bottom lane. 3 heroes by Zephyr are there. One of them being Sexy Bambo. No primal split, but you, if you go up a little farther, you're gonna go down. He does back straight up after the March of the Machines though, so his work there is done mid lane. Are we gonna see a kill on Blitz? As they put on a nice sentry ward. It was actually just on the edge here. That was so damn clutch by them. But just having the sentry ward work out, it's such a great feeling for you. It really is. And if you do not know what that feeling is, I suggest to try sentry ward input. Oh, Chu comes in now. Arrow will not connect. Laser, heat-seeking missiles. Rearm, March of the Machines of course as well. But oh, they get the telekinesis up on Eosin. He's gonna go down. Just telekinesis back into the March of the Machine as Center. He gets himself another kill. 6-0-0. He gets his Blink Dagger now. Oh man, that initiation is gonna be so much damage against any of Zephyr's heroes. Unless it's gonna be maybe the Brewmaster, or well, the Brewmaster is actually on equal footing with his HP and the Death Prophet HP, but bottom lane Chagasaur is actually blinked in. Corey with the Strength Morph, they get the kill, and Purge, he gets 781 gold for ending the dominating streak, or the unstoppable streak, excuse me. Oh, that was just such a fail, and just as I was talking about that, it happens as well. You're feeding away the unstoppable streak. Not the most ideal of situations as he backed off for the time, and well, the rune had spawned on the other. No, never mind. Death Prophet. He picked up the double damage, so they actually did go for the rune. He's now trying to farm up the ancients. They were double stacked, nothing too major, and now he's picking up a Sage's Mask. So I guess he wants to go for so-called race car. Just phase, drums, AOs. Oh, the blink hoofstorm coming out. Double H as well. Do they actually have enough? Yes, the telekinesis coming out by Shred. Rubik making it so that the primal split does not come out before the death. And can they push the tier 1 now? They have 5 heroes mid. Oh man. Oh, thanks for the chat. Immortal items. I guess I really have paid no attention to the items at all. I just bought the compendium just to support TI4. And they haven't looked into it any further. But thank you guys on the chat for clearing it out. As tower now, it's under the glyph. The TPs are coming in. Another blink by Chegasaurus. He goes for the stampede just as he gets disrupted up, and may he get taken out. The Crypt Swarm was a little bit off thanks to the Moonlight Shadows. So they are on the run now. Zephyr, can they make something happen from this? Nope, does not look like it, and that was a missed opportunity by both sides. The tower got destroyed as well, but Sexy Memo, Shagasaurus, you saw him wanting to blink in. Oh man. I really thought Zephyr got the perfect surround there on the center as the center blinked in a little bit off target, so he could not decide what way to run and hoof stomp. And a nice disruption came out by Perch, but Moonlight Shadow to just save the day. Now there's his sentry mid lane, a little bit too late though. Although Sexy Bumbo, he's at the sidelines, want to go for Shred. They have perfect vision with this observer. He's gonna go in Thunderclap. Oh, and, oh no, the telekinesis, hoof stomp arrow as well. Oh, poor Sexy Bambo. Oh my god. He just got bamboozled out of his goddamn ultimate. He was so sure he's gonna kill the Rubik, but instant reactions on Shred just... Oh, that was so nice by the Rubik. It really was. And I guess that's the animation they were talking about on chat as well, for the Boots of Travels. I mean, I thought I saw a little bit weird under him, but didn't pay it any notice. Just some cosmetics, like the chat has pointed out as well. And now, oh, Zephyr, they've grouped up now. Sexy Bambo, he wants to get his ultimate off. Can he do it though? He can't just get in range, he needs his Blink Dagger. He was off to a really nice start, but now, with the 5 deaths? Oh my god. Oh, they're going in now. Or they're disengaging with the Stampede mid lane. Shagasaurus wanted to go mid lane. Up want to blitz. Oh man. The sound, I don't like the sound of the TP to be honest. But March's machines are there now. Corey will find it hard to push. Purge wants to come in from the side, as does Sexy Mambo. He doesn't want to get the Thunderclap before the ultimate. Gets it off, pops the Primal Split before he goes down. But in the backline, Yosin drops low Shred. He will go down. He of course got Demonic Burst up as well. Now Waddle Waddle. He has the leap if he wants to get away from the Brewlings. March's machine still under the effect, and Ysera now dropping low, but he's gonna get the Yosin, the Shallow Grave. Will it be there in time? Yes, it will, as the waveform will get the kill. So it's a 2-for-0 Purge. Gets arrowed up, and the Yosin is dropping so low, but Shu. Oh man, the Soul Catcher, it does way too much damage. The Thunderclap bringing him down 3-for-1. As now the Exorcism is there. They want to go for the tower possibly. Should be able to get it quite easily with all the heroes and Insidious idle down. Some more TPs to come to the assistance. The Shagasaurus. Oh, he gets caught by the Thunderclap. Blitz going in aggressive as well. Gets the Crypt Form. The waveform is there by Corey. Shagasaurus still alive. Uses the Magic Stick. Wants to go for the Hoof Stomp, but no, he's getting kited around. Poison Touch. Hoof Stomp misses on everybody. Oh man, Yosin did go down to shreds. What I can only guess was the Fate Bolt. Which is beautiful kiting, but now Ysera comes in. He has the Viper Strike, but Sexy Bumbo with Blitz. They're on the run. They should be fast enough with the Drum Charge popped as well. Oh, the arrow! Oh man, Blitz just dodges it in the nick of time. Shred wants to catch up, but they did not have the movement speed from the leap anymore, nor did they have the Stampede to work with. And now, with this fight, Sexy Bumbo, he has himself the Blink there, so can actually go for the proper initiation without getting locked down before. Blink in, Thunderclap, and just Primal Split straight away. No need to wait for you to get locked down. Ysera, at least he has his mech finished. Chu has almost enough for his Blink Dagger. As Waddle Waddle, he goes for a Hand of Midas, so he wants to be able to turn into a semi-carry of sorts in the later stages. Sexy Man, whoa! Nice reaction, just blinking out before the first right click connects from Ysera. And of course, nicely done by Ysera. Actually not waste. Oh, yeah, no connects on Sexy Bumbo. Is it gonna be tactical feeding time? Actually dodges 2 of the right clicks in succession. And now, oh, the force of one to burst the Demonic Purge. But as the beat comes out, the telekinesis, the hoof stomp with the blink, double edge to follow. 2 supports down. And Sexy Bumbo, of course, nothing he could do to actually help. But looks like he wants to blink in Thunderclap and go for the Primal Split with only 60 HP on himself. Oh man, I don't know if that's a smart idea. Oh man, that's... Yeah, he backs off finally. Goes back to base to region, and that's a smart choice as well. Gets himself a TP. Tower does go down. As Death Prophet tries to push down mid lane, and actually with only 1 tower down for Zephyr, I think they were hoping for a little bit more with a Death Prophet on their side. Especially as he is level 11 now. Maybe even getting an early Roche with the Brewmaster tanking it up, but Insidious idle now. They have smoked up and they're going for the hunt. Oh, I think Blitz might go down. He doesn't have his Eul's Scepter quite yet. It's pretty damn close to actually getting finished. But oh, they will find it, the Hoof Stomp. It's a little bit off. They need to get more. They get the Telekinesis, arrow follow-up. Hoof Stomp was there thanks to the Telekinesis, of course. And Waddle Waddle, he is the author of the kill now. But now Replicate created of Ysera. Will they just kill it off? Does look like it. They used the double edge, but Viper is pretty damn tanky with the corrosive skin on him. Yosin coming in as well, and they need to get some map vision. Zephyr, they need to get it badly. Toggling the vision, just look at it. They only have it where their heroes are. Whereas the Radiant side, well, they don't have any aggressive wards. So I guess that's not the most optimal for them. But at least they have proper vision around the river and especially into Roche. So Zephyr, if they want to go for Roche with the Exorcism, they have to do so under the effects of smoke. Nice tier 1 tower might fall top lane as well. Sexy Babo, he's coming in. He has the blink dagger, of course, from before already. A few more TPs coming in. They spot out Waddle Waddle. I think he saw Sexy Babo. And Sexy Babo just blinks away as the tower. It goes down. No deny coming out. Blitz had to back off as well. And the Kiilstofte, it looks like it's finished. No, he needs the staff. Obviously, they do smoke up. Are they really going Roche? I think as Insidious idle, they went for the tier 1 tower. So I would think that the thought process behind that is, okay, they got the tower. They're not gonna push for the tier 1, tier 2 anymore. So we can go for it. But Sexy Bambo, oh, he's in solo. They might find Chagasaurus though. If they get the jump on him, Sexy Bambo, how deep do you want to go? The Thunderclap, Easter Primus Split not coming out yet. The Hoofstomp connects. Can they lock down the Brewmaster? The arrow, but the nice disruption as that beat. Just as the defense. Oh, what? Sexy Bambo, he went for the Primal Split anyway. Oh, God. Bambo plays. Well, maybe they can push the tower. Heat-seeking missiles go out. Shred is there as well. Can he steal something or will he actually go down? The Pandas find him. He's thrown up in the air. Tower drops low thanks to the Exorcism by Blitz. Now Ysera comes in, wants to go for the aggression. Oh, a nice Freeman Hoofstomp double H to follow. Yosin gets a clutch Shallow Grave with Purge. He caught an arrow. The right clicks will be enough. Waddle Waddle is silenced, but now Chu coming into the middle of everything. One down. They want to get Cory. The Primal Split, it got stolen as well by Shred. He's using it to try to burn down the Morphling. Gets the waveform to the high ground, and Yosin now, he's the one in trouble as Sexy Bambo got his weapon used against him. Thrown up in the air. Gets the blink out though. And that's the one issue if you throw people up in the air. Who are they gonna actually chase? Yosin on the run. They did kill off Blitz, but Chu, he comes in with the blink there, heat-seeking missile, laser, and one right click to get the kill. Oh man. This game is not working out well for Zephyr so far. At least Cory finishes up his Lincoln Sphere with the power threads, Ring of Passy, and Magic Wand. 21 minutes in, not too shabby at all. But looking at Chu, the Tinker, he's suddenly up to 3.8k gold. He's gonna have his sheep sticks soon if he just continues farming like this. Of course, the towers have been helping out. And all looking at the gold graph, it's rising for the favor of Insidious Idols. For the Radiant side, of course. It's around 5k in their favor. XP also 4,500, nearing 5,000 now. Now, Chu always placed himself really aggressive. He's going for a blast. Oh, the Stampede, Hoofstomp, double edge. Chagasaurus, don't pick on the weak. Don't bully the weaklings as a TP coming in. Sexy Bambo TP's in and just blinks the hell out of them straight away. And this is going to be another tower for them by the looks of it. And Chu, if he can manage to get the last hit for it, Cory, he actually comes in, gets the adaptive strike onto Chagasaurus. Stopping the blink for a little while, but oh, Sexy Bambo, he gets telekinesis, there's the Hoofstomp as well. Do they have enough follow-up? The arrows, he gets the Primal Split off before, and now the right click Cory wants to get the kill on Chagasaurus. The Moonlight Shadow does come out, and they don't have detection. Again, Purge, he has the sentries, but he has to place them down. They have one here, Ysera, they're going for Purge. Chu gets the kill, he's on a killing spree. Can he go for more? Boulder Toss was there by the Earth Panda, as Chu thrown up in the air now. Chagasaurus does go down to Blitz. In the background, no Exorcism used yet though, but they're going for Sexy Bambo. They should get the kill. Laser, oh, Shallow Grave, so clutch as another Primal Split stolen by Shred. And Sexy Bambo nowhere to escape. I think Yosin, he's gonna go down, and well, Blitz, he came in just to die as well. A full-on team wipe, and Insidious Idol, can they go high ground from this? This is just so good at the moment for Insidious Idol. As Waddle Waddle, he has his drums finished up now as well. He's actually pretty decently farming now with the Hand of Midas. 6.2k net worth, only 1.4k behind of the Morphling. But you have to take into consideration that the Mirana, he started out as a support. So that is why he does not have more farm. And well, the tower does get denied this time around. Corey gets the deny. So Wall picks up the double damage rune, and Zephyr, they have to start finding some openings, creating some space. Maybe just trying to split push even the 4 heroes of Zephyr pushing down one lane, with Death Prophet maybe actually going for another lane completely. Or they can have the morphing split push, just have the replicate with the rest of the team. But they can't even properly teamfight, and the arrow, oh, it connects on Corey. He got the strength morph before though. Will the burst be enough? Doesn't look like it's 60. Oh, he comes in, no primal split. Chu comes in, gets slowed down, waveform up, so he's still alive, of course. Oh man, Corey now stunned up again. The shallow grave by Yosin. Can he replicate out? He's still alive. They use the Stampito, bringing down Yosin, going for burst next sexy Bambo. Stunned up, double H. He has the primal split, has to pop it as well if he wants to stay alive, I think. Or no. He doesn't pop it, and now Shred just blinks after him, gets the Fate Bolt to get the kill, and I guess Corey survived, but it doesn't matter as they GG out, and Insidious idles 25 minutes in a pretty damn convincing game 1 victory over Zephyr. They just got an early advantage from the laning phase, not the biggest of deals, but I guess it was big enough for them to snowball, and well, the Tinker, once he got his Boots of Travels, it wasn't done yet, but the Blink Dagger after that, and just the openings that Insidious Idols allowed themselves to create, with the Centaur blinking in constantly, getting those nice hoof stomps onto multiple heroes and the double edge to burst them down. Just too much for Zephyr in game number 1, but this is a 2-game series, so do not go anywhere as Zephyr will definitely try to fight back in game number 2, which is only a few minutes away. Until then, just a few songs as we wait for game number 2.